Starting December 1, 2016, we're increasing the cutoff for automatic overtime to $47,500 a year. This means that if you're actually working beyond the 40-hour week, until you reach a salary of $47,500, you got to get paid for that time. It's not just about fairness. It's about stability, social and political stability.
Vice President Joe Biden boasting about the administration's new overtime rules that will affect millions of Americans, but especially small business owners. Fox Business' Gerri Willis, with me now with the details. So, Gerri, what's in this plan?
So here's what they want to do. The president wants to find a cure for stagnant wages, right? So he wants to extend overtime pay to as many as 4.2 million workers who can't get it now. They're going to do this by doubling the maximum annual income a salaried worker can earn and still get overtime. So the limits here, $23,660 it was, now $47,476. So the administration saying here that over the next 10 years, an additional $12 billion in overtime payments will be made because of this rule change. And they say this rule change will be revisited every 3 years, presumably to up the ante on the level at which people can get overtime. Now, people in the private sector, especially small businesses, complaining this is going to put a big burden on them. The National Federation of Independent Businesses saying this: entry-level management positions are going to disappear, and those employees will fall back into hourly jobs. Small businesses everywhere will be affected. As you know, this is the 195th time we've had a new rule from the president since the beginning of the year, so he's very active.
Yeah, trying to get them all in right before November. Merrick is with me now. Karen, welcome. Gerri and I, glad to see you here. So you are a small business owner, you're a founder, you're a serial entrepreneur, you invest. How do you see this?
Well, I think obviously the rules did need to be updated. It had been 10 years. But once again, I believe that they have over-engineered this. So the new rates that they have will actually hurt working mothers, for example, and millennials who actually want the flexibility.
Would you take us through that? How is that going to hurt them?
Well, yeah, exactly. So let's say you're a working mom and you'll say, look, I will work an extra day so that I can take a day off later because my son has a school play.
Sure.
Or if you're a millennial, you know, millennials have said recently in surveys that the #1 thing they want at work is flexibility. So I really think that it can hurt and backfire.
Okay, but as a business owner, as a founder, as an investor, this just means more bad news, it sounds like, for you.
It's really difficult for the small business owner to come up with all of the capital that they need to pay their employees, to invest in research and development for new products. And so every time you have more compliance, you're talking about often losing a productive job to trade off for a job just to comply with all the rules. As Gerri said, there's been over 190 of them this year. It's a real burden.
And Gerri, I mean, we're seeing from this campaign, I mean, it is all about jobs, right? Love him or hate him, Sanders, love him or hate him, Trump, that is what they're talking about that's resonating with voters.
I have to tell you, people are super angry, especially about wages. As you know, since the president took office, median incomes have not risen. This, in part, is an effort to get at that, but the conservatives, the Republicans, say it's not the right way because ultimately it's going to lead to fewer hirings and possibly jobs lost to automation. So no benefit there.
Gerri Willis, Merrick, thank you both. Glad to have you.
Great to be here.